So live on Metro Sports with me, Michael Kofi Odro. The show is big on your views with your thoughts. Welcome through our social media platforms. Metro TV Ghana on Facebook, MTVGH on X, otherwise known as Twitter. My guest already seated, Kobna Santim Fojo Kobe Jones, is the lead communications person for the National Chapters Committee of Accra Hatofo. Good morning, Kobe, and thanks for the time.
Yeah, good morning, Michael.
I trust you're doing well.
I'm fine.
Okay. Seth Nidakon. I don't know whether he's thinking of playing baseball. Seth Nidakon is a member of the Kumasi Asante Kotoko National Communications team. Good morning, Ni.
Good morning, Michael.
I trust you're doing well.
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm well by grace.
Thank God.
I hope South Africa was good.
It was fabulous.
It was fabulous.
Yes, it was.
Okay. Abdul Tawfiq Kader Sienu is widely referred to within the media circles as Sheikh Tawfiq, a senior manager communications at the Ghana Football Association. Sheikh has just returned from the Wafu Zombi U20 Cup of Nations as media liaison officer. Good morning, Sheikh.
Good morning, Michael.
I trust you're doing well.
Alhamdulillah.
I'm sure the pay was good.
Heat.
Well, that one you can answer.
Heat.
Why
No.
can't he answer?
Well, maybe he is talking in monetary terms when it comes to the pay. But I may also not be looking at that. I was looking at the relationship and the environment.
I mean,
You know, the
there are
connections that
there are
were
tangible
but
and
it was
intangible
not bad.
benefits, and obviously for a competition like this was a six-nation tournament.
7. Yes.
So for a competition like this, there'll be other media people, there'll be football
sure,
people,
sure,
there'll
sure.
be other attaches and all of that. There, you build, you widen your network, and that is good. The intangibles, I mean, but I'm talking about the tangible. The
No,
tangible
yes,
was also good.
It was, yes, it was.
I remember my very good friend Kofi Mensah Lai Momo. He has a quotation in it's in Proverbs. I'll get the right quotation, and then he has when he recites the quotation, then he has a song he will sing in the aftermath. That eja already check insurance you now.
Maybe.
So it's good you have confirmed that the job was good.
Yeah, it was
The
good. It was
intangibles
good.
and the tangibles were also
Good.
good.
Yeah.
But
It was good.
generally, how was the tournament?
Amazing, Michael.
From organization, participation, the level of seriousness attached to it, and all of that.
The organization for this Wafu tournament was incredibly, amazing. I'm saying this because we had all the teams camping at the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. So it helped Wafu in terms of logistics. You wouldn't need to keep teams in a hotel where you would need a bus to transport them to the match venues to play and bring them back to their training centers and other stuff. This is a situation where all the teams were camped there. The teams were there with their technical staff and some management members. And Michael, is a confirmation of the fact that the facelift that has been given to Pram Pram is really a blessing in disguise to Ghana. Because most of the countries that came, especially from Nigeria to be specific, because we had the technical study group, one of the members was from Nigeria, and he kept saying that left to him alone, every country in Africa should get a facility like what we have in Ghana to help the development of football in their countries. And I think that that's a huge endorsement, for the Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. Quite apart from that, Michael, we did not have challenges in terms of transportation because the teams were there. We did not have challenges in terms of water. Everything was flowing. We did not have challenges in terms of food. And Michael, let me take this opportunity to applaud the kitchen, women of Ghana Soccer Center of Excellence. They were working 24/7, because almost all the time food is ready for the teams to eat. They will eat breakfast, they will eat lunch, they will eat supper, go and play, sometimes even snacks. But they were always on their feet to ensure that all these things are provided. Quite apart from all these things, security was also, top notch, led by Mr. Hansa. He ensured that almost every game there was adequate security. Quite apart from that, the environment itself was also secured for everybody to feel at home and do whatever they want. And in terms of medicals too, we had, a resident doctor who was there with the team 24/7, and we had another who joins and then go back home, and we had a stationed ambulance. Another one was also hired in addition. All these things were put in place to ensure safety and security at the tournament. So, Michael, organization was great. Now, when you come to the games itself that were played, for me, I have attended a lot of Wafu tournaments. Never served as a media officer of any of the Wafu tournament. This was the first time I was serving as a media officer. And I'm not saying this because I was the media officer. Michael, I went to the Wafu tournament in 2018 in Togo. The recent ones that was played in Togo, I watched some of the games. And quite a number of Wafu tournaments that have been played around, Niger, Nigeria, and the rest. But in this particular Wafu tournament, I saw something special. The quality of play that the teams displayed was amazing. Was very, very stupendous. Look, Cote d'Ivoire, the eventual winners, right from match day one, they showed that they were in for the tournament. And I recall in the pre-match, press conference to their first game, the head coach, Yunis Zardouk, he told me that, look, if they are unable to win the tournament, they have disappointed Ivory Coast. I asked him why, and he said, even with this tournament, the investment that the Ivorian Federation and the Ivorian government has made in the team, he sees it as a responsibility to win the tournament just to say thank you to them. And from match day one, they played their first game against Burkina Faso. They beat them 2-1. They played against, Niger. They beat them 1-0. They went to their final game against Togo. They beat them 2-0. They came to the semifinals, met Ghana. They beat us 2-1. They went to the finals and beat Nigeria. And so clearly, everything indicated that they were in for the trophy, and the team was quality. Even Togo, that exited at the group stage. Michael, if you see the quality of players that Togo brought to this particular tournament, and it was not as aggressive as Wafu tournaments used to be. This time around, all the countries were playing football. Look, this is a tournament where Benin exited, and the Ghana coach, the Nigeria coach, the Niger coach were all unhappy that Benin was exiting the competition at the group stage because of the quality of football that Benin displayed at the tournament. So, Michael, in terms of play, I feel that, it was quality. You look at the Ghana team, yes, every Ghanaian expected that Ghana should go all the way to the finals and win the tournament. But I always say that we must also respect other countries. This is a developmental tournament.
So is it that the other countries were better?
Yes, that's what I would say. Especially Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire, yes. We played against Nigeria in the first game of the tournament. We drew 1-1. Then Cote d'Ivoire beat us in the semifinals to go to the finals and win the tournament. And Michael, anybody who was at Pram Pram or anybody who watched all the matches will attest to the fact that Cote d'Ivoire had a very good team. From their captain Kudus to their number 15 man Ali Kone, wonderful players. Look, the Ghana team, in my opinion, in the game against Cote d'Ivoire, Ghana could have managed to get to the finals by pushing the game into the lottery of penalty kicks. But I think something went wrong in the game, and it did not help us. The substitution of Kevin Ahiableh, in my opinion, affected the team. And Cote d'Ivoire had an opportunity to play. The guy is a soldier in the middle for Ghana.
I see.
And he was able to stop almost all the moves of Cote d'Ivoire.
Okay.
But he was forced out because I realized he was limping and the coach had no option than to take him out. The moment he went out, Ali Kone, the player that he was marking in the middle, got the opportunity and scored the winning goal for Cote d'Ivoire. Ghana also had a very good team, Michael. If you look at the game that Benjamin Sivagnon played at this particular tournament, I think that he has really indicated that he has come of age. And then Blaise Ege, that player too showed a lot of promise.
Ege.
Very good player.
Super player. He played
Very
for
good
Golden
player.
Kicks in the
Yes.
in the 2024-2025 season.
I was impressed with his performance. For Aziz, we all know Aziz.
One of the top guys in the
Yes.
FA Cup competition.
And we all know what
Blaise
Aziz
Ege.
will do. But there was a certain central defender. His name was, I think, Raymond Ajmai. He used to wear the 5 jersey. Michael, I think that this team is very promising. And even there's another player called Reese. He wears 15 jersey, another amazing centre back. So, Michael, I feel that it was an incredible Wafu tournament, and the purpose of this tournament has been served because this is a tournament that is meant for mainly development. It's not for qualifying. Usually during the Wafu tournament that you use to qualify for the AFCON, it is too aggressive because the teams want to qualify. But this time around, they all resorted to playing quality football because they knew that, it's not for any qualification. It's for development. So just give the players the free will to play. And then you see the best.
What do you make of the performance of, you've spoken generally about the performance of our team, but the performance of Coach Desmond Offer in charge of the team at Pram Pram?
Well, Michael, I think it wasn't bad. We finished third in the competition. Of course, if you look at the longevity of Offer with the national team, there will be an argument that so far as he's been with the national team for close to 3 years, if he is able to win it, it's justified. Or he should win it because he's been, with the team for a very long time. But Michael, there is something that we need not to lose sight of. When he won the African Games with the team, right after the African Games, he had about 10 of the players who won the African Games with him get new contracts with clubs in Europe, and they left. He needed to build virtually a new team to play in the Wafu qualifiers for the AFCON. Then we qualified for the AFCON. Some of the players who qualified for the AFCON due to injuries and lack of form were dropped from the team, and other players were added. We went to the AFCON. We had the likes of Free, we had the likes of Aziz Issa, what do you call it? The Ibrahim Mohamed's son and the
McCarthy.
Yes, McCarthy and the rest. Also joining this defender who got injured with the Black Stars. He used to play for Bechem United. All those players were part of the team. But coming to play in this particular tournament, those players were also not part. And he had to put together another team, to ensure that they augment the likes of Aziz and the rest to be able to play in the tournament. So for me, I feel that, yes, he's done very well, coupled with the fact that he was serving as the head of coach education for the Ghana Football Association, where structures and a lot of documentation must be done, which he also did diligently. I feel he's done his bit. He's done well. He's now transitioning from the U20 to the Black Stars main, and I know, of course, he will do his best over there too. But for the little that he did with the U20, for me,
but the FA earlier had announced that we are wrapping up so that we can have Kobe and Nida also share their thoughts on the issues. But there was an earlier communique from the FA reassigning Coach David Offer to the Black Stars. Being relieved of his role as the U20 coach. Desmond Offer. What explains the U10?
Okay, so with the Black Stars having no assignment and the U20 in assignment, the technical team requested his assistants to come and support them in doing their job. Of course, following his departure, Kiyoyo was appointed the acting head coach for the U20. But when Desmond came back to support the team, Kiyoyo himself said, respectfully, he told Desmond that so far as he's been his boss and now he's back with the team, he can't let Desmond sit while he's doing the job. Desmond should still lead the team.
Can we then say that the technical team lacks the self-confidence or the confidence to lead this? Because, and I asked this, that if Coach Desmond Offer has been reassigned to take care, to focus on the Black Stars, and a substantive coach appointed to the U20 with an assistant, Fatau, who has been there for more than 4 years or up to 4 years, and they still feel that they cannot handle that. And this is not AFCON. This is Wafu B. This is not qualification for AFCON. So one would say that it's a good ground for them to also show us what they can do, to build their exposure and build their confidence. And if they should call on the FA to bring back Desmond Offer to head the technical team, will one be right in saying that then they don't have that self-belief to lead the project?
No, Michael, we need to understand it from this perspective. Imagine Andrea Yu is the captain of the Black Stars. he's not in the team. The team has been playing a lot of assignment. The captainship has been given to Jordan. And in a game, Andre is really invited into the national team to play. If Jordan decides that, oh, he's been our captain before, so he should just keep the captain's armband for the game.
But Sheikh, these are two different scenarios. We are talking about a coach whose philosophy players must understand, must appreciate, must adapt to.
No, but Michael,
coach,
let's based on even
The
this
captain and
preamble.
coach analogy
I'm
are
coming.
two different
This
issues.
preamble that you are just giving even justifies his return. He's been with the team. They went to the African Cup of Nations.
Okay.
They played. When they came back, it did not take more than 2 months for them to play in the Wafu.
Okay.
And so if he comes back into the national team to help them play in the Wafu, and the head coach at that time feels that, oh, he was my boss, he left because he's going to the
Because there
Blasters
are-
and he's back.
There
Let
are
him
also
lead for me to
speculations
follow.
that,
I
and
think
since you are here, maybe you can clarify that for us. There are speculations that Fatah and the new coach took the team to Morocco. Is that right?
Which
Without
new
Desmond
coach?
Affair. Fatah is the one you are talking about.
Yes.
So Fatah took the team to Morocco.
When was that?
After the after coach the when
Okay,
coach,
so before the
AFCON.
Yes, at that time, Desmond was with the Black Stars.
With the Black Stars.
So,
So
it
he
was
took the
after
team to
those
Morocco.
preparations that he joined
Yes.
them in Morocco. Yeah.
And there are speculations that the FA, the top hierarchy of the Football Association, were not enthused with how the team played, the preparation of the team, and all of that. And they didn't have the confidence in the technical team to deliver at the just ended Wafu B. The reason they brought Desmond Affair back. But now you are saying that Desmond Affair's return to manage the team for the Wafu B was purely the decision. It was the call of the technical team and not the FA.
Yes. So it's not. What you said is speculation. So let's leave it at that as speculation. But what I know,
But it's
for a
something you
fact
would
is that-
dismiss.
yes.
Okay.
It's not something that.
Nidaku, let me bring you into the conversation. We have heard from Sheikh giving us an account of what transpired at the Wafubi and the ending part, sharing with us why Desmond Affair, who has been asked to focus on the Black Stars, will return to the satellites to lead the team in Wafubi at the call of the technical team.
Okay, good morning. Let me first and foremost commend the FA.
Okay.
I had the opportunity to visit the Pram Pram facility on the first day of the just ended Wafu tournament, and I might say that the kind of development I saw there deserve total commendation from for the FA. They've done so well as far as that particular facility is concerned. Now, with regards to the game itself or the tournament itself, let me also commend the organizers for this particular Wafu tournament. My brother Sheikh himself, in fact, I met him on the first day, and he was busy to the extent that he couldn't even recognize me the first time we met. So he went round before later he came to me. When I realized that, yes, my brother was busily working around the clock to make sure that the tournament becomes one of the best. And indeed, they did so well. By as far as our organization is concerned, they did so well, and we say I equal to them. The U20 team that I saw, I was with the coaches, the scouts who were there on the first day, i.e. Coach Maswekonedu, Coach Okanse Mingle. There were about 5-6 coaches that I met on the day. I was sitting with them.
Ibrahim Tanko
Was also there, yes. Chief Sir, as a player manager, agent was also there.
And I saw Didi also there.
Didi, okay. And
then Coach Watara.
Very good. I went to the place with Coach Watara on the day, and there was
I didn't understand.
Why?
Oh, Nidaku, please, let's go straight.
And I was asking just a simple question. So all these players are here in Ghana. and we are still suffering to win trophies? Because the quality I saw, even in our first game, so wow, this is a team that if we are able to manage it well, we should be able to go far with this particular team. So I wasn't surprised they got to the level, the stage at where they got. I was just a bit not okay. I admire Coach Desmond so much, but I think his problem, what I have noticed about him, is about his substitutions. Sometimes he doesn't get things right when it comes to that particular area, and I think he should work on it. Even in the first game that we played against Nigeria, if I'm right, Sheikh, we played the first game against Nigeria.
Against Nigeria.
Nigeria, and he made some substitutions
We scored
where
first and they equalized.
They equalized. And most of the coaches I was sitting with, they were not happy with the changes that he made, and I think it is a particular area he should look at it carefully, because he's a young man with that potential, and with little encouragement, I mean, he will do well subsequently. So we are okay. For Ivory Coast, look, now football is about money. Football is about investment. Football is about it's business now. And if you want to get to that level, you need to invest. Get the quality out of what you have. And for Ivory Coast, they have seen it long ago, and they keep pushing the youth. And I hope we are gradually getting there, but we have to invest more if we want to really get to where they are now. So for me, I wasn't surprised we lost to Ivory Coast, and subsequently they went ahead to win the tournament. I wasn't surprised at all. So congratulations to all of them, and we hope that the transition from this U20, the next to maybe U20, 23 should be that smooth, because these guys are not bad at all. They are not bad, and we need to encourage them. They can do better, and in the next qualifiers that we are going to see. We shouldn't just let them go. I mean, they are very, very good. I mean, what's the name of that number 2? A short guy.
Sivanyo,
He made me.
I hear you people are making
He made me.
attempts to.
He made me. Had something to do with Frank Amankwa those days.
Yeah.
The height, but the speed, the intelligence, and the level at which that maturity that he shows there. I mean, he's a very good guy, and it would be good if we should get him in Kotoko. I mean, we'll welcome him so well. But Michael, all in all, they did so well, and we commend them for that.
Okay. Kobe, your take on the U20 Wafu B tournament, Coach Desmond of and Ghana's performance.
Michael, I wasn't able to visit Pram to watch any of the matches, but I thought I got some glimpses on television, especially the Ghana matches that was played. I watched a bit of Ghana, Nigeria, and other games that they played, but in the first place, let's commend the organizing committee for putting it together and how they did it. The coverage wasn't bad for me. That's why the fact that it didn't generate that interest, but the coverage wasn't bad. I mean, for those of us who want to follow and get any information about it, I think we did, and it was good. So let me also commend my brother Sheikh and his team. The kind of job that they did, I think is worth commending. They've done well. In fact, I think there's the first time I've seen, I don't know whether, I mean, it used to be so, that Wafu has brought countries together to play competitions. That is solely or mainly for developmental or development, agenda. I think it's good because we are unearthing talent. These are future national team players. So the results of what we saw, per the report coming from Sheikh Tawfiq, what it means is that in the next year, 2, 3, the continent, if you are meeting countries like Benin, like Togo, like Niger, and all those countries, then we should be ready. because these young guys are coming up. And certainly, I knew that maybe some scouts came, some will be having opportunity to join teams in Europe, and they will come back to their national team, and that will be another thing altogether. I think the Ivorian team has always been strong based on their youth policy. It started at Sec Academy, and how they've also dedicated their time, everything in terms of developing these young boys, and how some of them, some way or the other, find themselves. You know, it's only Ivory Coast that most of the players leave straight up to certain European clubs. You know, it happens in certain African countries, but mainly if you check some of their players, that is what normally happens, and mostly they go through France to Belgium to all those areas. I mean, back to the main Europe, and it becomes a good thing for them. I mean, on the continent now, I think Ivory Coast is the best team now. I've not checked the latest ranking in terms of the senior national team. But after winning the Nations Cup, I think their ranking is high, and they've also been doing well as far as their World Cup qualifier is also concerned. So what it means is that if they've come to and they've won this competition, and these young chaps, by the report that we are getting from our good friend Sheikh Tofik, it means that they have a brighter future. And certainly, when it comes to maybe Wafu, that they should also play to qualify to competitions, I mean, we can still have that hope in them, though the other countries also did well. I mean, if you look at Ghana and our participation in this competition, these are boys that, like Sheikh said, I think the under-20 team has evolved. I mean, some have left, some have come in, new ones, and certainly, mostly when it comes to the under-20 team, I take a lot of interest in that because that is the next Black Stars. I mean, these are boys who can straight away can be co-opted into the Black Stars to play a role. We all saw what Jerry did when he got opportunity to play for the Black Stars, and I think that is it. So some of these boys, as we've been talking about them, what it means is that we have to take critical look at them. Certainly, a lot of them will leave because the scouts came around, so some will move to Europe. But if they will go to Europe, let's also focus on their development, because remember that under 20 is the same under 20 that brought up Aziz. Barcelona came for him, but his stay with Barcelona was short-lived, and he's back. I don't know where he's going next. What it means is that we need to train them. They need to fit into the European terrain, especially. And I think one thing that helps these our boys is mostly when they live here and they go through countries like Denmark, Norway, and part of the Eastern Europe, coming to the main Europe, they can adapt easily. But if you go straight to the main Europe, then it becomes an issue for us. I think that is it. But we are hoping that we also follow their development and make sure that wherever they go, we'll follow them. Then we will not be like, maybe they've gone, so we've neglected them, so that we can still follow them and make sure if they are ripe and they can come back to the national team, we invite them for them to have that opportunity. I mean, for the coaches issue, if you ask me, my own perception about that is Desmond should leave the Black Stars as assistant coach and concentrate on under 20. Because when he was only under 20, we saw his performance. And for me, his stints with under 20 team, with the Black Stars, leaving the under 20, and coming back, because there have been instances that he will leave for about 3 weeks, 2 weeks, be with the Black Stars before he comes back. I remember when we went to Morocco, he was not with the team. Later he joined. At the under 20 championship, African championship, I thought that if you had been with the team throughout, before they went, they would have done better. You remember we sat here and I raised issues about the kind of recruitment selections that was being made. We were here when they said they've invited or the first batch. I don't know when the next batch will come. But before we could say Jack, there is a final squad for the competition. Indeed, if you have stayed with the team that went to Morocco, the team where I was in Ghana, it would have even stayed with them and known the final squad. It wouldn't be like, he came back and now calling batches of players to select and use them for the competition. I think that greatly affected us in the African Under-20 Championship. So for me, left me alone with that kind of job he's doing at the FA, he should be left alone to concentrate on the under the 20. I've not seen any national team coach on the continent or elsewhere who is doubling with under 20 and the national team, with the senior national team, because I think it's not healthy. He needs that concentration, that he needs to be left alone to work with under 20 team, indeed, so that we can perfectly assess his contribution, whether he's doing well or he's not doing well. Because now it's like he's doubling here, going to the Black Stars, coming back to under 20, and you can't even sit back and assess him properly.
Okay.
So I think the FA should look at that and let him leave under the Black Stars job as assistant coach and get another assistant coach for the Black Stars job. That will be solely for the Black Stars, so that he will also concentrate on the 20 team. I think that would be the best thing for us. But what is happening now, I'm not